Time now for Rant and Rave, and sitting in for Sylvie tonight, Teddy Greenstein from the Chicago Tribune. Good to see you, Teddy.
Hello, sweet Lou.
Thanks for coming on out. Tommy, are you ready?
I am. Let's do this thing.
Topic number one is hiring Robin Ventura as manager, the right move for the White Sox. Now, the White Sox shocked the baseball world hiring Ventura last week. Former third baseman had never coached nor managed and just started working as a special assistant to the director of player development 4 months ago. Even Ventura was surprised to get the job offer. Teddy, is Ventura the right pick as manager of the Sox?
He is the right pick, and I'm going to give you 3 quick reasons. Number one, this man knows the game. 1998, I was covering the team. There's a rookie shortstop, Mike Caruso. Robin Ventura is positioning him on virtually every pitch. 2, the guys will respect him because he was a great player, and they're so sick of Ozzy's garbage that anybody would be welcome. And number 3, he can't be any worse than Terry Bevington, whose IQ is roughly the same as the temperature outside.
All good reasons, Teddy, but I think you could say the same things about Davey Martinez or Sandy Alomar Jr. Both of those guys have actually been in the game of baseball full-time the last few years. Look, I come into this thing with an open mind. We don't know whether or not this is a good decision. I know that Kenny has surrounded him with Don Cooper and probably a very talented, experienced bench coach. My only concern is 3 months in, does he still want the grind of 162 games?
Let's hope so. Topic number 2, boys. If the Red Sox demand Starlin Castro or top prospect Brett Jackson in return for Theo Epstein, should Tom Ricketts still hire Epstein? Now, Fox Chicago's learned the Red Sox have made Epstein a new contract offer, but it's not as lengthy as Epstein would like. Now, while Epstein mulls over the new Boston offer, the Cubs are waiting to learn if they can even talk to Epstein, who is still under contract to them. If they are allowed to talk to him, agree on a deal, and the Red Sox ask for Castro or Jackson in return, Tommy, do you think the Cubs should still hire Epstein?
Well, yeah, I think they should hire. I'm not going to give him Starlin Castro. If Starlin Castro is part of the deal, then the deal's off, because he is a proven, legitimate big league player and a difference maker, and someone I think who can be a perennial all-star. You want Brett Jackson? That's fine. I know he's a great prospect, but until he gets to the big leagues and performs the way that Starlin Castro has, that's all he is. He's a prospect. This is the most important hire over the last 20, 30, 40 years for the Chicago Cubs. You better make it count.
Tommy, I am with you 100%. You know, with the Cubs, I'm just tired of hearing about prospects. I mean, so when I was covering it, it was Hee-Seop Choi and David Kelton and Bobby Hill and Corey Patterson. So if it's a prospect, send him. If it's Starlin Castro, no chance. So, yeah, I mean, this is a move they can't screw up if they want to avoid having another bad century.
All right, topic number 3, boys. Was Dan Hampton wrong in not attending the White House with his Super Bowl champion teammates on Friday? Now, a number of the Super Bowl champion Bears didn't make the trip to the White House, but Dan Hampton was the most vocal. Ham said he wasn't going because his family wasn't invited and because he wasn't a fan of the guy in the White House. Was this the right time to take a political stand, Teddy, or should he have been there with his fellow teammates?
You know, Hamp has the right, as an American citizen, to blow off the White House. But I'm a little surprised that he really wants to be the Hank Williams Jr. of the 85 Bears. So I think he might regret this one day. I mean, even Mike Ditko, you know, threw away his right-wing leanings long enough to have a good time there with the president.
Yeah, I agree with what you say, Teddy. Dan Hampton has the right to make that decision. First and foremost, Dan mentioned, I heard him say it, he told me about it, the family wasn't invited, and that really stuck with him. And the fact that he's not a fan of the president, look, I would have gone. Regardless of how I felt about the politics of the president, I would have gone to meet the most powerful man in the world and to see maybe the most famous building in the world. But I respect Dan Hampton's American right to make that decision and stand by it, even though it's not a popular one.
Tommy, I know Obama. I'm going to give you your own personal visit to the White House with the prez, okay?
Thank you.
What about me? Can you hook me up?
And Teddy, you're going to go
Appreciate
as well. Thanks for coming on out and filling in for
you.
Sylvie. Tommy, stand by. We'll get back to you momentarily. We need to take a break. When we return, for the rest of today's NFL action, for the Vikings, no lead is too big. Were they able to hold on to one today? And one final reminder for our Ford Poll of the People. You just heard what Tom and Teddy thought. What do you think? Was Hamp wrong for not visiting the White House on Friday? Yes or no? Text the word yes or no to 36932 or Fox 32. We'll have the results coming up in a few minutes.